say your name first.
I am Dan.
Stefni Valencia.
I'm Fernando.
I am Anthony.
And we're Stefni Valencia El Fuego. Writing together has really just, it comes naturally now. I think it's, when we write together, it's just there's chemistry, there's magic.
And it's good to have a drummer. It makes the writing process very, very fun.
We start to envision, like Dan and I will get together and we'll write something, and then all of a sudden we get Fernando in the mix and we're like, oh, the song completely changed. Like Mariposas, I think, originally started more of like a ballady, folky sound, which is not us. It's not us.
And I think Anthony brought it out. It's like, it needs to be heavier.
We work so well together that we have to slow ourselves down, because we can get together, we can just write and write and write and write. And Anthony's the one that's like, you guys, we need to polish one and like fine tune it to the point that we love it. And he's like our voice of reason, like our Jiminy Cricket that kind of says, stop, let's get to this one. This one's a good one. We have a good project. Let's proceed.
We've been writing together, the three of us, for so long that it's really easy to say, hey Dan, I'm playing this. And then I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Right? Put something over it that I would never have thought of to do, and it's like, oh shit, that's amazing. Okay, cool, Stefni, write something to it. And she'll put something on top of that. It's like, oh fuck, this is awesome. I really like to like polish that down so that way when it gets to recording time, we haven't forgot about it.
I think what you've done is exactly what we're going to use. But we just have to work on the high notes. We can do that.
We all kind of help each other to say like, no, that was good. Like we respect each other enough that we respect each other's opinion, where it's like, I'll ask them like, oh, what do you guys think of this? What else you've got? And you know, it's because I know that they know I could maybe do better. We've learned to really work really well together, and hence how Mariposas has become the song that it is.
We're first and foremost a band that's used to performing. I mean, we're born performers. We've been raised as playing live. So we've never been the type of artists or a group that has got in the studio and then like kind of morphed the song to get executed.
The beauty of the challenge of writing is that, for me personally, I feel like I could play a song a million different ways. Sometimes, I learned this a lot from Dan, that less is more. Sometimes I just want to be like da 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 da, you know, doing all this crazy stuff. But then, like, I know that Dan is big on simplicity too, and I was like, no, I gotta remember that. Like, for this little thing, it makes it bombastic.
Soñando en Color was a project that after Obstáculos de una Flor, you know, Dan was like, I want it. I do want to be a part of this. How can I be a part of it? And I was like, yes, okay, let's run with it. Because I wasn't sure. We had our old project, which was American, you know, English pop rock. And I've always wanted to do Spanish pop rock because I was writing all of the songs from our original project in Spanish first. And then I'd go home and fine tune them in English because rhythmically Spanish just flowed. Soñando en Color, we just kind of took off with it. Like Es Así had that influence where it was just like, you know, in your face. Sueña, same thing. We got together. Dan presented me with. All of a sudden, he was just playing, and I was like, Dan, just keep playing that. Don't stop. Just keep playing it. And
that's how a lot of songs are.
That's how a lot of our songs are. Sometimes if we are not sure what to write, I'll ask like, Nando, just give me a beat, or Anthony, just play something for me real quick. And he's like, all right, do you have a preference in key? And it's like, no, just go. Like, and I think that's what's been really good is Soñando en Color became kind of that introduction to this sound Because originally when I wanted to do pop rock, they told me, Latino pop rock, they said there's no market, no hay mercado for this, there's no market for it, and I'm thinking a little too far into the future. And luckily I had such an amazing team that was like, yes, we have something here, let's do it.
I think the more we've been playing together, the more vulnerable we're all becoming with each other and letting ideas flow. We're always trying to service the song, I feel now. There's no egos when we're playing and when we're writing. So any idea is a good idea and it's worth a try. So we call it work when we're writing, but it's really fun.
During this time of quarantine, it's definitely been challenging, but for me it's been, okay, let's get creative. How can we still put content out there? We've been very lucky to have such an incredible team, our incredible director, Forteza, who I call up and I'm like, hey, I have an idea, and I trust him completely. I say, this is the song, this is what it's about, what do you have in mind? And he just runs with it. Like, half the time it's a surprise what we end up with. Like Sueña became a surprise. Mariposas, us working on Mariposas has been, we threw creativity all over the place.
We got in the studio, we're recording, and said, everyone knows you can belt. That's like a thing, we know that now. And so I told her, let's start working on the higher end of your voice. I know you've got it, I've heard you do it. Include that in the new batch of songs. In my mind, I think that really gave it a whole nother level of epicosity. It just kind of gave it this feeling of like, oh, this is a step above what we've done in the last two albums.
If we love it, we'll listen to it. Even if we're the only people listening to it and we enjoy it, hey, we're already doing a good job. If we don't love it, who else is gonna love it? I miss performing live. I miss the guys. I miss getting together. But this has been kind of what's been keeping me going, is I know I have my team that feels the same way I do. And we all feel like this. And so we motivate each other. It's, okay, let's do something, even if it's virtually. Okay, let's do something from home or whatever it is, but let's get something done.
Yo sé que no he hecho cosas que valen de nota, pero he tratado de vivir mi vida y gozar. Dime si has parado a ver la luna y disfrutar.
Videos that are our favorites. Sueña at the moment is my favorite. I haven't seen Mariposas yet, but Sueña is one that just really warmed my heart. I was getting fans messaging me saying this video made me cry. It was just, I think, what I needed. It was so motivating, uplifting, heartwarming. And I think it's during this time of uncertainty, it's what our audience needs, what we need more of. Aside from that, my second would be Fuiste Tú. Fuiste Tú was like a story. It was an entire story. And it was just, I fell in love with the story where I was like, oh my God, she's gonna die. It was just this whole, everything with it. It was just beautiful. So those are my two.
Yeah, Fuiste Tú is my favorite. It was fun wearing suits. we looked very sharp that day.
Yes, you guys did.
And I was like, we look like a sharp group here. And Acoustic Montas was a really fun project. I guess we filmed it right when the quarantine was happening. But the video, it looks like we're all in the same room, but actually it's in 3 different rooms, 3 different houses. Phil was directing me through
House Party.
So he was watching through House Party the camera, and then watching me, and then telling me how to move the camera. And then the same thing for Steph, and the same thing for Anthony. And then
it was a mission.
Well, I love all the videos, but the thing about Sueña is just how innovative that was, right? That's really relative to our current world and what new normal has become. So I thought it was really nice that was portrayed, and on top of that, the message. And touching up on the previous question, I think that the evolution of the writing process, but also Steph's lyrical content. Like I think making things very relative. I mean, they're always meaningful, as I mentioned, right? It's never just spitting words here and there, right? But it's also taking current events, and with SSC was based on current events, Sueña, Forteza as well, right?
Yeah.
So taking all of that and making it relative to our lives and what's really happening in the world. So I think Sueña portrayed that very well, and then just the way the music rolls, the way it goes, the way it's written, I love it all. Together as a team with Phil as well, it's beautiful. Really happy.
Yeah, it's like magic, Anthony.
That's tough. I think my favorite video probably is SSC. Only because I remember filming outside in cold. And we had to wear these masks that the first night we were filming, I couldn't breathe in it because it got claustrophobic. But then we were so cold, I was like, no, I'm keeping this mask on. It actually helped me like keep warm because it was so cold outside. I think that's probably one of my favorites just because of the stories behind it. Like I know what goes into all the videos, but I mean, I think that one especially was fun to put together. I can't wait to see this one. Really
Yeah, this song is, I think at the moment, it's my favorite. It's been the one that I think we've put the most work into to make sure we have, because it's part of our new album, and we want to launch it with all of our heart, and we want to launch it to our standards. And I think so far, this one's my favorite, but who knows, that could change once we start, until the next one, until we start recording and finishing the rest of them. But I think this one is so far my favorite. So guys, make sure you guys download Mariposas. It's available on all your favorite digital platforms, en todas tus plataformas digitales. No se lo pierdan, Mariposas. And you guys already heard what it's about, so yeah, enjoy. Ya saben, mi gente, todo amor y un salto de alegría.